Hey everybody, Engineer Coffee, welcome back to Mars. Last episode we got a really good start on our rocket modules. Alright, so behind me here is the rocket module for the cargo container. So we've got this midsection, we put a tank in there and some rotors to hold on each cargo container. There will be, 3 others. And then we also worked on this ring section that we'll put in between each layer that will connect on with the connectors here and has some RCS kind of thruster packs on the sides here. And some hydrogen engines, and there's some batteries on the inside. I think I want to go through here and put some parachutes on. I think that'd be cool, because maybe we will stage this rocket that certain parts will fall off. I haven't really decided, but probably putting parachutes in here would be a good idea. And then last episode we also got the lifting mechanism on here to actually pick up the cargo container off of the truck and put it into the pit over here. And we got a good start on the pit. I think I ground out the rotor that was here that was holding on the rocket, but I needed it to be able to get the unit out of there. So we'll finish out this tunnel at some point. All right, this episode I want to work on this bottom section of the rocket. I want to work on this midsection here that has the 9 thruster packs, and then these side thrusters, these tank boosters. It'll probably be separate units that'll fall off. We'll see where we get on that one. But first, I think we got a little bit of tasks we need to do. Alright, the first thing I want to do is I want to finish up this cab and actually get it something more permanent and maybe a ladder up to it. And then we also need to get some controls so we can go side to side. I took the cockpit off of this section here, and I want to be able to control it from the one cockpit. Alright, I'm going to use these little small atmospheric thrusters. I hope they don't actually push the unit side to side. It shouldn't be enough thrust to really do anything. But let's find a spot for these. I'm going to put the thrusters right up here. So it's a little bit minimal damage, and then it's symmetric still as well. Alright, let's put a couple of vent controllers right here at the back, so we can see them in operation. Alright, that is the right thrust, this will be the left thrust. Actually, we can just copy that whole thing, right? Alright, this will be the left thrust. Alright, so I made a group of the right-hand wheels for the bottom gantry here. I didn't do the right and left, so I don't have to worry about the invert propulsion and all that stuff. So we're just going to do that. And then here on the toolbar, I've got 5, 6, and 7 set up for propulsion override. So let's see, 5 is positive 20, and 7 is negative 20. So let's see what positive 20 does. Okay, that takes us to the right, and negative 20 would take us to the left. All right, we got our EC move left and our EC move right. We're going to use the thrust percentage equal to or greater than. I'm just going to do 5%. Got the left thruster here in the blocks. That should work there. So selected actions, we're just going to find that wheel group, and we're going to do a propulsion override. Set propulsion override, and that was going to be negative 20. And then we're going to do a reset propulsion override. There we go. Reset it. Now we should be able to move left, and then it stops us. There we go. And we can see that left event controller firing over there. Set propulsion override to 20, and then reset. Now we have a gantry that can ride sideways and stop this way, and we can go forward and backward with our normal wheels, just controlling with the cockpit, and then we've got our buttons for depth to actually pick it up off the truck. Let's see about getting up into it. Let's pull this guy all the way back. This will probably be the park position right here. I do love that little festoon swinging in the wind. Right, there's the cockpit. That's actually not too bad, standing here to be able to get into it. That's not the worst. It doesn't look great, here. Like, we could probably design something to come out and maybe hold it on a little bit better. But it's not terrible. And the view wasn't too bad sitting in the cab here. You can see a bit. Alright, so how do we want to, catwalk this area to be able to get up into the cab? I don't know whether I want to walk all the way across there, but at least up to here. Alright, I think that looks alright. We got a couple tanks on there, we got a light shining down here, and then I put a hookup right back here so we can get oxygen to it. But now that I'm looking at it, maybe it needs to be here instead, just so we can actually reach it with something. And I don't think I need a beacon or an antenna or anything, so we're just going to put that there. That works. Back up all the way. That puts it... Okay. So I can't put the stop there, but that's all right. I probably should have something on the end. What did I put on this end? I feel like I capped it with something. No, I did not. Let me get some health here, because goodness, Deborah. Alright, I think the storm is finally clearing up. I don't know, I still see... Nope, I still see streaks. We're probably gonna still get killed by Deborah. Okay, that's better. We got a hook up on the bottom. It's kind of flat, though. Meh, that's alright. I guess I could have come over and then down, and the hookup could have been right there, huh? Yeah, I'm way overthinking that. Okay, yep, that looks a lot better. Okay, now we need a ladder system to get up into here. Should I have the ladder there? I have to crawl up here, come out, turn around, or we have the ladder in the middle, and we climb up, and then we can just hop in the cab. That's not terrible. Probably right in the middle then. All right, that's the actual midpoint right there. Okay. Sure. I didn't realize how cool those floor blocks look, like pre-welded. That's pretty cool, actually. Looks way better than that wireframe. Huh. Good to know. And I should be able to, like, take that off, right? Yes, it stays attached. That's good. Actually, like a perfect height off the ground. I like that. Okay, that looks good. And we can crawl up here, right? Yes, we can. Okay, good. Now we need to come up with a better platform than we have. The grating, maybe? Oh, we do have scaffolding, don't we? There's not like a scaffold with a thing, though. No, but I could turn it sideways like that. See, the festoon needs to come across, so we don't want to block its path, but we can at least come to there. Yeah, that's good. Maybe in a different color, maybe the black. Okay, that's something. Now... neon lights, that's what we need. Not horrible, but I feel like it's too low. Yeah, it's like right at my waist level, which is not... yeah, I don't know. Those heights just don't feel right. I guess maybe that top one's alright, or maybe we do both like it is. Yeah, I don't like it. It doesn't quite have the right height. I think what I'll do what I normally do on like the elevators and stuff, and we'll just do beam blocks. Okay, yeah, we still got room to wobble around. Alright, there we go. I think that looks pretty good. Got a ladder on there. Got all of this welded up. I went ahead and wrapped that guy around the backside. I think that looks a lot better for the railing, instead of just kind of ending here or having some type of weird inside. So I think that works. We have a working crane. Kind of. So this crane works sometimes, and then it doesn't. Like, it just stops. Like, the wheels don't stay on track. And I'm pretty sure it's because the wheels are round. I mean, they're circular. Wheels are round. Who would have thought? The wheels are actually spheres. So they're riding on the center line here, really precariously on a half block. And it's not working out so good. So I think we need to switch this trolley up. It works sometimes and then doesn't other times. And I hate it. So yeah, I have tried these wheels to try to keep it compressed. It's not working. These wheels just don't want to ride on this perfectly, and sometimes they'll glitch down and they'll be inside of it. Somebody has suggested rotors and using like the rotor offset to make sure that we're pushed and aligned, which is a great idea, but you can kind of see these wheels. Yeah, look at this. It's just floating and glitching and moving on its own while we're just standing here. So we need to do something different. Yeah, see, now I'm like stuck and I can't move. Off screen, I put these rotors on. Somebody has suggested this instead of the wheels, and it works really well. It's kind of riding on this side, and then it gets over to this side and it'll bump over. But this seems to be keeping it on track better than the other one was. There we go. Yeah, so we seem to be driving well there. So I was 10 millimeters on the one side and 2 millimeters on the other side, so maybe we just need to split the difference? So maybe for this we do negative 0.015. Ooh, that's not a 0.15. 0.015. Okay, yeah, these seem to be tracking better than the tires were, so I did remove those. I put in a 45 instead of whatever we had there, and kind of beefed up the frame a little bit, so I think that's working a lot better. So far anyway. It's driving back and forth. And then we still got our side-to-side movement, which is going good. Or I did kind of increase the power on that, but it's still kind of got a slow acceleration, but I think that's probably fine. I mean, it is a crane. It's not supposed to be a speed demon. Looking at our power situation, we've got half hour, 45 minutes of power, and our batteries are not anywhere near full charged. They're probably at like 35%. I think I got the batteries in a group, actually. Let's add it to our toolbar. Yeah, batteries. I guess we need to recharge on and off, right? Because it'll tell me what's... Yeah, it tells me the charge level there at 39%. So, yeah, we've got plenty of power. This guy's sitting out in the sun, getting solar charged. That'll be good. Alright, I think this wraps up the gantry. I'm going to go ahead and try to get it onto the workshop at some point, hopefully this week. Somebody was asking for it, so hopefully I can get that going. But yeah, we've got a working gantry crane, so that makes me happy. Alright, let's go park the lobster over at the main base. I want to do something inside the hangar. Oh, dampeners on would be good. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and put a projector here on the elevator. I want to load up, Marcus submitted a shuttle for the competition, so I wanted to load it up and we can see what we need to do for programming. So let's find that shuttle. Oh, I'm surprised I only have 2 things named shuttle in here. Okay. So let's get him laid out where it is. This is obviously not necessarily the one of the winning submissions, but it is the first. So we're going to go ahead and use it as a test. Let's see, vertical, sure. Probably need to pitch it though. There we go. Okay, let's... Is that upside down? No, that's a landing gear right there. We're all right. Okay, there we go. That will work. Now we need to find an attachment point. All right, so what I want to do is just get this guy welded up so then we can see how many, like, timers and event controllers and AI blocks and stuff we need to be able to automate, you know, parking here, charging the battery, flying over to the other base, and then charging over there and giving it a timer, and then coming back over here. Inbound. So let's go ahead and get this guy welded up. We could probably actually just bring it up, and then we'll weld it with the lobster. Well, I'm not sure how effective this will be, but we'll give it a try. Alright, now let's discover all the things that we missed. I already see some down here. Perfect. We should probably plug the lobster back in, because we're going to need all of its parts. I really should have raised this up off the ground, and now I'm stuck. Help me. Get me out of here. Okay, there we go. Now we can just float up in the air, and let's get... Hey, you know what? Let's get the lobster, and let's just weld up underneath it. Actually, what we can do, let's get the lobster and just arc him up. And then I do have a thing that it turns off the welders, but we're going to go ahead and just turn them on manually. And we'll go hover over top and see if we can get this guy welded up. Alright, there we go. That's working. Kind of. It's kind of hard to see, but we'll get there. Alright, now that we got the shuttle, let's go ahead and see if we can program this thing. I think he's got spare timers on here. Let's go see if we can find what we've got. I've got every timer on here. Let's go ahead and disconnect it first. There we go. Yeah, he's got 4 spare timers on here. So we'll use this one as the launch from... Well, I guess it's the launch from launch station. Alright, so this one we need to cycle the elevator, so we're going to use the action relay. We're going to set channel and send signal, and I set these up earlier. 40 is bay A, so 41 and 42 would be bay C, which is what we're in right now. So we'll do send 42, which will be open, actually be cycle bay. Oh yeah, I can't have that many characters. Cycle bay C. There we go. And you can't even see it anyway. Okay. Bay C. Sure. Okay, so we'll cycle it, and then we just need to wait, really. So we're gonna have to have another timer. Alright, let's see how long we have to take to wait. I want to say that's something like 17 seconds, so let's go 20. I'll have to come up with a shorter name eventually, so we can actually read this a little bit better. We're going to unlock the connector, and that will get us to this point, which we are... Well, let's put dampeners on. Alright, let's lock on and see what happens. Does he have anything? Well, it's fighting it. See that. Let's go into the timer real quick. Alright, he had some timers here for auto on and auto off. What is that doing? Stockpile on, recharge on. Thrusters off. So why is that not doing anything? Yeah, our thrusters are still on. So something's not getting triggered. Let's see if we can find... Does he have an event controller? That's interesting. That's probably supposed to be the other timer, right? Oh, okay. Well, there we go. Let's see if that does it. Okay, good. There we go. And if I disconnect, everything turns back on? Yes, it does. Okay, awesome. So he's got a docking thing already set up in his. So that's good. That is definitely preferable for those that are setting them up. Wow, it will not let me zoom in. We're gonna have to just stay at a distance, apparently. Alright, so now we're disconnected, we're on the deck. Now we can just launch upward, right? So we could do AI basic. Let's see, we'd want to turn on our AI behavior. That'll be a thing that we need to do, is AI flight move would be on. Now this one just follows player or autopilot, and it goes... Oh, just a waypoint to move to. So I'd have to create the waypoints. We might have to move that guy, that might be a problem. You know, we could probably do that now, actually. Let's grind him down and get him out of the way. I don't really want to break Marcus's ship before we even take off. Alright, so let's have this one go like to 100, and the other one can go like 150 or 120 or something. So that'll be good. So let's just do a GPS. Okay, that is a really long GPS name, but we're gonna hide it anyway, so we won't see that monster. Let's go into our GPS, let's change its color, actually. Let's do orange, just in case it does show up, then it's semi-close to the dirt color. Alright, we're gonna call this one Leave Launch, because why not? Okay, so we want to go waypoint. We want to do one way. Does one way reverse it, though? I'm worried that one way will get rid of it. Like, once it gets to the waypoints, it'll forget it, but we'll see. I know sometimes it's a little finicky. Where is that thing? There we go. Add that waypoint. And then we need another waypoint over at the station. Should we just fly that over there? Alright, now we need a GPS point above this. Let's go up and away, because we kind of want this guy to lift off away from the base. So let's go over this way, maybe? Alright, now let's go into our AI block. Oh, let's disconnect first, because that is too much stuff on the screen. Okay, there we go. We got our launch to there, and then that will send... We're going to have an action here to do a recorder task, which will be landing. Oh, the basic task only has one action on it. Oh, that's interesting. Once it gets there, it needs to play or turn AI behavior on, and hopefully that'll turn the other one off. Okay, so it will fly to here, and then it will trigger the AI recorder task, which I guess we just want to come down on the deck. So like right here. Maybe we should come in this way. Maybe not. Wow, we're on the limits of power there. I keep seeing red over there on our power consumption. Alright, let's go right here, and let's go our AI recorder. We are going to add a waypoint. There we go. Do we want to do anything with this waypoint? I don't know yet. We spin it around. Let's spin it around and just see what happens. See if it actually aligns up properly. Okay, we're going to turn off the dampener, so then we're really close to the deck here. Alright, then when it gets down to here, let's go ahead and lock the connector, and we'll see if that works. We might need to put in like a 2-second delay for it to wobble and get the position before it locks, but let's go ahead and just do that. And then it's going to do one of the other timers. Let's see, take off from the launch station, number 1. We need to put a long timer in that. Let's put like 10 minutes. Alright, so our AI recorder, when we land, we've got our connector. Let's go back into the actions there. And let's also start the leave timer for the apartment. There we go. Leave the apartment. We're going to start that one. And that timer is also going to be 10 minutes. 600 seconds there. After 10 minutes, it'll do its thing. Because right now, when we connect... Alright, so Marcus has got it so all the doors open when it locks on. I see what's going on now. And then hopefully the batteries are recharging. Let's see if that's the case. Alright, batteries here. What are they doing? They are in recharge mode. That's good. Okay. So we're good there. Okay, let's unlock. Let's fly out of here. Actually, could we do another basic task? Alright, leave apartment. That's going to go autopilot, and it's going to go one way. And it's going to go to the apartment C waypoint. Oops, not reset. Add the apartment C waypoint, and then add the other one. There we go. Add that. Alright, AI behavior on the flight move, and then the basic task. I don't think this is going to work now that I look at it, because there's an AI behavior on, but there's no play. So once it does its one way, is it just done? Or do I have to like turn it off and on again? Because there's no play in it. So this may not work what I think it's going to do. I thought this was supposed to be better for long distances, but that might not be the case. Let's see. It's also going to need to disconnect, right? Unlock. All right, let's trigger it and see what happens. All right, it's trying to do something. Moving to apartment waypoint C. Okay, it's doing the basic task. It is not doing it very nicely. Let's see. Flight move. You need to, not have this much pitch angle. I don't think you can handle it, dude. Let's keep you flat, sir. There we go. AI flight move. Speed limit. Wow, let's go way up on that. Okay, well, at least it's still here. Apartment C and launch station C. We didn't do anything with this one, which would be setup actions, and it would be another AI recorder task, which I guess would be this one. Play on. What are you doing, dude? Moving to apartment waypoint C. Alright, I don't know what this guy's doing. We're gonna find out. It's flying one way over to waypoint C, and then what's it gonna do when it gets there? It's supposed to move to the next point, right? Is it because I edited things in it? Okay, apartment C waypoint. Cool. It's still doing that? That's what it says it's still doing. But now it's flying over to where it's supposed to be going. But it doesn't tell me that that's what it's doing. Okay, sure. Alright, this one's going to be the launch landing. It's going there now. AI basic task, what are you doing? Nope, nope, don't turn around. Keep going, dude. Do your thing. Oh, maybe. He's thinking about it. He's thinking about it. Maybe the recorder might be the best way to do this, because this is not moving as fast as I thought it was going to. I know we've had issues in the past where like long distances with the AI recorder like doesn't have a brain, so some people have said like use GPS locations, and maybe the remote control block works better than the AI flight move. I don't know. Well, it got there. It got this guy on. There's just nothing to do. No sequence, so it's not going to do anything. So at least that worked. Let's add our second waypoint here, and then this is where we're going to do our actions. Setup actions. We need to connect the connector. Lock you down. Let's go ahead and send our signal again. Set channel and send signal 42. Will be cycle C. And then we need to start the leave launch station 1. There we go. We need to start that timer for 10 minutes. The power is getting red over there on the right hand side. I don't know if some of our batteries are dead or what. I know this thing has a couple small reactors on it, but I don't have that much uranium. So I was hoping to get it off of battery power, but we'll see. But in theory, it's flying over here to the next waypoint, and then it should do the AI recorder to apartment landing. Let's see if it gets there. This guy should turn on and play. There we go. Moving to waypoint 1. Do your thing. Okay. Moving to waypoint 2. I don't know why those doors are still open. I thought they would close. Okay, well, you didn't do apartment. You didn't even do it. Get down to 2. I don't know why collision avoidance is on. Let's get rid of that. Maybe that might be part of our problem. Moving to waypoint 2. Go move to the waypoint 2.
Ship fuel low.
Do waypoint 2 before you run out of fuel. Go land at the apartment. Go do your thing. Move to waypoint 2. It's right down on the floor. I know I recorded it. Let's go. Well, I'm a little worried my world is so borked that this is not going to work. But I'm out of battery now, so I can't test it very well. Maybe I will put some uranium in there. Alright, we got some battery recharge. Let's go. Let's try this again. Apartment landing. Go. AI behavior on. AI flight move. On. Move. Do something. Maybe we need to turn precision mode off. Okay. Yep. Precision mode was the one that was being weird. Okay. Moving to waypoint 1. Doing the thing. Moving to waypoint 2. You're turning. That's good. But you're not descending still. Why is it so afraid to touch the deck? Let's try the waypoints again. Maybe that's a problem. I don't know. Okay. Went to waypoint 1. It's like collision is on and it will not go down. AI flight move. Collision avoidance is off. Speed limit is up, but it doesn't matter. Minimum altitude. Line to P gravity. All of that is there. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just clicking on and off and it's doing stuff. Okay, get down to the deck, please. Yay, it did the thing. It actually locked. Okay, it's still got this behavior on to leave the apartment. So it still hasn't done this to play the AI recording. It's just stuck here and not actually triggering. So that's fun. But in theory, it should have triggered and done this one to play. Okay, moving to waypoint 1. You got it. Okay, what just broke? And why did it break? Marcus, I think you have issues with your ship. Yeah, you have hidden thrusters in there that are breaking. Okay. You have no altitude on you. Precision mode on off doesn't matter. Aligned to peak gravity doesn't matter. There is no minimum altitude. Just do the thing. Collision avoidance is off. Let's go. Moving to waypoint 2. Do it. Oh. Starting to go down a little bit more. Maybe. Maybe. Go, go, go. Oh, it's taking its sweet time, but it's getting there. Oh, it did not even do its job. Oh, look at that. You failed. You didn't even connect. Oops. Okay, well, there's a lot of work to be done on this programming, but I think I've got a parts list of what we need. So, I'm going to go ahead and skip the basic task. That just did not work. I'm trying to go basic to the, like here with that waypoint 1 up there, to actually have it trigger. Didn't work. So we're just going to do the AI recorders. So we'll have 2 AI recorders, one to launch from here to the apartment, and one to go from the apartment back to here. It might be slow and a little weird sometimes, but we know that it works on the other drones, so that's what we're going to go ahead and do. Let me go ahead and eat before I starve. So obviously we'll need an AI move for that as well. We need an action relay and an antenna to be able to trigger the elevators. And then for timers, we need at least one timer here to get the elevator to go up. The next timer will launch the ship over to the other base. And then we need a timer that delays the connector for 2 seconds or something to get it to kind of balance out and lock onto the connector, because as we saw, it didn't even work over here. It got to waypoint 2 and it triggered the waypoint, but it didn't actually land on the connector there. So we'll at least do that, and maybe we'll turn off the thrusters with that too, that it gets to that waypoint and then it just drops on the deck, so at least it's, you know, here and not just hovering in the air. All right, so at least 3 timers to get out of here and over to the apartment, and then back from the apartment. We just need a timer to launch it, and then it's going to come over here and have a 2-second delay to kind of balance out to lock. So we need at least 2 timers there. So 5 timers, 2 AI recorders, AI move, antenna, action relay, and that should be it. We should be good. All right, then other event controllers and timers, that's all up to you guys, of turning on and off the ship and airlocks and all that other stuff. That's up to you, but at least I need 5 timers, the 2 AI recorders, AI flight move, and the action relay and antenna. So, all right, well, hopefully that is helpful with the design constraints. There might be some quirks of this world that we've got it so junked up with programming and timers and event controllers and AI blocks that this might just not work. And maybe your guys' creations will just be staying parked in the elevator here. I don't know. I'm hoping that we can get it to work, but things have been glitchy for sure. All right, let's go get back on task and actually go build more of the rocket. All right, well, it took a lot of time to get that gantry aligned and get it to drive properly, and then it also took a long time to get that shuttle program to try to do something, and I still think we got, I don't know, halfway there, quarter of the way there. A lot of work to be done. So I don't have a lot of time left, but let's see what we can get done on this bottom section for this rocket. Let's go find our thrusters. Let's see, we're going to use the industrial ones. I do like these new ones, but I don't think it fits with our theme. We'll go with these guys. I'm going to try to weld this stuff up as we go, just so we can actually see what we're doing, and it doesn't look like a wireframe mess. Okay, so there is the thrusters, and then we're going to put tanks on top of that. Hydrogen tanks, where are you? There we go. There's the new ones. Yeah. I think we're going to do 3 tall on this. I think was good. Alright, and then originally I was going to put O2H2 generators in here, but I'm deciding against it, because I think in tanks would be the good thing to do. Oh, yeah, that would fit so nicely in there. Look at that. That's alright. I mean, I guess we could do like some weird subgrid thing and connect it in there, and it would technically, not like connect, but landing gear in there, but that would be weird. Okay, that's fine right there. Let's see, what do we want to fill on the inside, or do we do anything? Do we just do hollow and we do like a frame like we had over here? Alright, so we do need to have this little merge block, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this small connector to get the fuel lines hooked up. But we can at least consider that. Let's see, these tanks still have... yeah, they got connections on all ends. Alright, then we should be able to tee up. Let's face it outward, because I like looking at the conveyor. Like, I like this industrial look. I'm not trying to make it look like a solid panel. And then that will go up to the structure. We need something to hold on our mag plate. Or we need something to hold on our merge block, so I guess we'll do something like this. That'll work perfect. Well, almost. That kind of works to hold it on, but not really, because we need to have some space up, because we don't want this thing to merge on directly, this ring. I guess we've got a spacer on the ring. Oh, never mind. The ring is actually already a half a block up, so it's not going to merge onto anything anyway. Alright, just the merge block and the connector is the only thing poking down. So, we are actually good to go flush. Right up to the top here. I don't know if I really like having that just hanging out, though. Alright, let's try it. Let's try what I'm thinking here. We might need to come up to here with the support. Like this. Instead. To give us one space off, but let's see if this is going to work. Alright, let's get this welded up, and then we'll, we might stack that on top and see what it looks like. It might be a little, precarious, though. I don't know. Hopefully I got enough large steel tube. This is going to take a lot of it. Alright, I don't know what I was thinking. These will not clear. Alright, technically if you set this thing on top, there would be physical clearance, but it's not going to merge, because once those merge, that block is occupying the same space as this block, even though, you know, it's only half block tall. So that's not going to work. This guy does have to come up one, which means we're just going to come up with the bracing right here. Now that I look at that, though, should we have these guys sideways? Yeah, that connection looks terrible, actually. Let's keep those, and we'll just put blocks underneath. Oops. Yeah, I guess that wasn't connected to anything. There we go. That'll work. Alright, let's go ahead and grab at least that ring down there and put it on top here, because I want to see if everything is going to get aligned and we make sure our connectors are lined up. Like, I think this guy needs to come over one. Yeah, it definitely does. So let's go ahead and get this guy on there if we can. So let's grab the langoustine over here. See if we can lift that guy off. Alright, let's just take individual parts. I don't want to risk everything here. Okay, there's the container. I guess we could try to put that back on the truck, but I have a feeling that's not going to go well. We'll at least put it over here. Maybe we can tip it onto the truck at some point. It's not our priority right now, though. Let's see if we can actually get it to stand straight up, though. That works. Okay. Alright, now for you. Let's go ahead and turn you off. Oh, we're connected there. Okay. Switch lock. Let's go ahead and turn all those connector strengths down. Strength disabled. There we go. Alright, that should help us lift off. Okay, we're locked. Inertial dampeners. There we go. Now, where am I gonna stick you for safekeeping? Okay, I have no shadows. Where am I going? There's a little bit of shadow. Okay. Yay! You know what? I'm gonna get out and take a blueprint of that before I wreck it. I am normally terrible at taking blueprints, so I'm gonna do it while I can remember. Alright, can we get this guy? I don't know how heavy this guy's gonna be. Got a lot of batteries and stuff in him. Oh, we can pick it up. Barely, but we're getting there. Okay, it's slow mover, but we're getting it. Yeah, I'm a little worried about merging that on. Let's go ahead and just turn that merge block off, and then maybe we can get it aligned and I can get this guy disconnected. I don't want it smacking around and then just smack the ship. That'd be the worst. Ooh, okay. We dropped out of the sky on that one. That was terrible. Okay, how do we get this guy aligned? Can you move sideways? Okay, that looks really good right there. We should be able to drop this guy. There we go. Get the langoustine out of the way before we merge. Alright, turn that on. There we go. Yeah, that'll work. We could definitely come up with something that would close this up a little bit better than we have. I think would be nicer than just having those. which that works for the inside, but let's like make an outer shell cowl thing for this. I think would be nice. But we do need to get up there for plumbing. There we go. I think that looks good. Let's go ahead and rotate that one out as well. Okay, that will take care of the gas connection. We'll have to do the other two sides, but that's all right. Let's see, where is that tank? There it is. Let's grab the color in here and let's start painting, because that looks awfully monotone. What if I followed that outer ring? Would that look okay? Yeah, you know what? I'm liking the idea of a cowl around this thing, to cover up the tanks and protect them, and it'll look like more of an actual rocket, and we can put some detail and other stuff in it, and, you know, maybe we could put, something in here, like these guys can kind of suck in like this. That doesn't really help over here, but maybe like this, and we can actually, like, see the fuel tank level. Maybe something like that. I don't know if I'm sold on that little corner piece, but we might be able to get away with that, because we can also put these pipes and stuff in across, maybe here or something. Yeah, we'll figure that out. It'd be nice to be able to see the fuel, though. All right, now for these side thrusters, though, I do want to have those side thrusters. So let's design those out. I was thinking about a dual thruster, but now I'm wondering if I should have a single or not. Definitely have the space for the one tank like that, and then on the top, I guess we want parachutes, right? So we need these, basically, and then parachutes only have a bottom connection, right? Where would I put a parachute? Maybe there? Yeah, parachutes only have the bottom connection, but they still work, right? If I had them like this. Like I could do this guy around. So this guy would need to come out. Am I attached? Yeah, I'm attached over there, and I'm attached over there. We can get rid of this middle. But in theory, I could put my parachutes all the way around like that, and then put in this guy. And I have no interior plate. Why would I? Alright, then that guy could go right there. We do need some merge blocks, and then we need a connector to get fuel in. So I guess the connector probably there. And then we'll do our merge blocks. Let's see, that isn't with the connectors. I'm wondering if I should spin that. Yeah, because then when we actually, like, put blocks on this, maybe not those, but, you know, you put blocks on here, it'll actually look like it's merged into the frame. That will look better. In theory, that merge should work, right? And then if we did merge that up, that's going to be one taller, and it's going to be right into that connector with this guy. I guess is not the end of the world. Yeah, let's just grind this down and put it on there. I was thinking about picking it up with the ship, but there's really no point. It's all not welded up, and it's falling anyway. Okay. Well, good timing on that. Apparently I hit it with my body, because that's not going to connect to that. So we're good there. I don't think it needs all four, but maybe. Alright, you know what I wish we had? Is either a larger thruster that was the 5 wide to match this tank, or we actually had a tank that was 3x3. Like, we should have a medium-sized tank to go with that engine. Like, they should be able to be the same size. Alright, so this guy fits. I am kind of surprised. I don't know if I want to put like 3 conveyor caps on here. No, we cannot do a conveyor cap. But we could do like a cowl like this. And then we don't want to merge with the side thruster. We'll have to do something like this. Alright, that means I can't cover up that conveyor though, so that's tragic. We might have to come up with something different there. Alright, I think this is working. We might do... well, no, it would attach. I was thinking I could put armor blocks or something there. But maybe here... Alright, the rounded edge stuff. Maybe we could do rounded edge here. Like this. Because, yeah, I can't attach that, right? That's not attached. Yeah, there we go. But it is connecting on the side. So potentially we can do, like, pipe right here. Like that. And it doesn't really cover up the conveyor totally, but... gives it a little bit of something. Okay, this is going to work. And I'm thinking in here... well, actually we need a fuel connection, don't we? We have to have a fuel connection there. Unless we do it up here... oh, look at that. We could have our fuel connection right here. actually. This guy can come out. It's an angle. Let's get a block. You know what? Let's make it a permanent support block. Let's put that right there. And then we'll take this guy out. And we'll put in our 90-degree connector. There we go. Now we're connected and we have fuel. Huh, we might need to move the merge block up to here or something. Because, yeah, it doesn't necessarily have to be over the conveyor caps. It just looks nicer. But it could go up here really easily. Alright, yeah, I think we're gonna move the merge block. Let's build it over here, though, because that rotor there is gonna get in my way. We're just gonna build an example here real quick. Alright, this might be too far back, but we'll at least get the mechanism on here. So let's get a hinge. I'm gonna put it on the side here. Yes, facing down like that. Alright, here we go. This is an ugly example, but hopefully it'll work. I got them labeled, so hopefully we can find them. There we go, rocket hinges. They are all on 0 degrees and then up to 90, and so if I give them a positive velocity, there you are, of 1, now we can go 2. There we go. These legs will tuck in like that. Yeah, looks like we have some tolerance issues. Oh, this guy's in the way. So that might have to be shorter than I think, which means it won't come out as far as it needs to. Let's go ahead and just cut that for now. Yeah, we'll build it out of something nicer than that, but that should work. Then when we get these hinges and we just reverse them out, once that those side thrusters are off, now we have a way to land on a planet. I think that'll be kind of cool. Like that. Now I'm getting irradiated. That's not great. Alright, let's drink some vodka. And then we can actually do these hinges a little bit more steep. Like we could do, instead of 0, we could do -5. It's probably going to hit the ground. But yeah, we could go a little bit more and keep these thrusters off the ground. Or those could be deeper or whatever, but yeah, I think that's going to work. And they just reverse into there and tuck in and we can get the side thrusters on. Alright, I really like the concept of that. That's going to work really great. Alright, well I didn't get quite as much done on this rocket as I was hoping I was going to. That gantry crane and shuttle took a lot more energy and time than I thought it was going to, so we'll get more on this rocket next episode. I'm going to go ahead and call it here. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.
Wake up to the dust, yeah, the sky's still red. 78 suns, and he hasn't left yet. In a suit of bright orange, checking every line. Building perfection one block at a time. Move past the names on the neon signs. The community power in the Martian minds. From the heart of the peanut, the factory grows. Where the logic gets loopy and the coffee flows. We don't just build it, we over-design. If it isn't complex, it's a waste of time. Watch the Hemet roll and the tardigrade fly. Climb excavator till the wells run dry. Don't check the labels, don't mind the scroll. We're checking in with Connor Toll in the control room where the typos live. He's got more subgrids than he's got to give. Engineer coffee, stay grounded. Wait, is that spelled right?